So you like my new pants? Remember when I dyed the blue linen? I dyed the white linen blue. Those are the pants I made. I still have enough to make a dress, I do believe, and that's what my goal is. Once I stop obsessing with the other things I'm doing. I have made, as you saw, the Sarragan. Took me a couple or 3 months. I'm not sure what date I started. I could look it up, but I know it took me a while. And I obsessed with it. I did take time to make a few little things, like the gnome. Did you see the gnome? I've made numerous different ones. One I sent to my friend for her birthday. This is another one. I have one. The original one is for me. And you see him in pictures sometimes. And I have another one in process. I'm working on his hat decoration. I just think they're so cute. And I have filled them with pieces of wool fabric. So that's one thing. Then the other thing, remember my sock issues. I have worked on filling in some of the holes on my socks. And I still have this sock. Look how, oh, that's a lot of yarn. See, it's only got one hole. But remember when I said one of them went missing? I don't know where it is, but I'm still going to patch it. Then I have this pair, which you can't really tell until you get real close, but look at this. They just chewed it out. That's a lot of mending. And then its mate, it only got a few holes. It's not too bad. But, oh, they're on this side. There you go. A little bit of work to do there. So I do that in between. I am also knitting a pair of socks, which I hope that I will have, I'll be able to show you how that's going in my next video. Because that's what I'm doing now. I'm like, I finished the Sarragan. Now what am I going to do with my life? Well, here's an update on the homestead. I have gone ahead and picked up things off of the ground, put them into the trailer I hope to bring with me when I leave here. I have also cleaned out my stock tank of all of the stuff I had put down in there. It's all in the trailer. My goal was to get everything off of the ground so that I'm not surprised by any snakes hiding in little crevices and whatnot. I also, in the process, I had an auger. I have an auger. And the top of it is gasoline powered. And the auger, that's really big, it's for digging post holes. I was able to get the auger part off of it, so it's just this part, and at some point I turned it over and it leaked out. Even though it was in a black trash bag, it leaked, and then it rained. I had this much rainwater. I ruined a bunch of stuff, y'all. I thought I was trying to keep it all as dry as I could. I failed. I ruined some things, and I'm going to have a dump run real soon of those things that just did not and cannot be fixed. But I did get all that off the ground. Now, what's left in my stock tank is you put oil and gas in that engine, so it's a mix. And it wasn't all the way, it was just on one end. So I thought, okay, how do you get oil and gas up off of a surface? Sand. Kitty litter or sand. And hello, I got plenty of sand. So I scooped a bunch of sand in there, kind of scrubbed it around a little bit and let it sit. Then I dumped that out. Then I put more sand in, and it's still in there. So I haven't gotten to that part of the project yet. But what I want to do is I'm going to clean that thing out, and I'm going to fill it up this year. I'm going to have me a soaking tub for as long as I'm here. Speaking of water, my pump has pretty much failed at this point. It turns on, it turns on, it turns off. It turns on, it turns off. That is wearing out my inverter. I've already ruined one, the last pump that failed me this way. It destroyed, it melted components in my inverter. And the problem is, at this point, I don't know anybody to replace that inverter. I don't even know that the guy that did it for me the first time, which is almost, it's 2 years now, 2 years ago. I don't even know if he still lives here. So that's beside the point. I want to protect my inverter. So even though my tanks are beautifully, sparkly clean, they still are. They look amazing. They're all hidden behind that shade cloth. Took me 2 years and about probably an hour all total to do that, to hang that shade cloth. 2 years and an hour. It took me 2 weeks and about 15 minutes just to hang that last one. But I got it done, didn't I? And it is working beautifully. The hot water heater was flushed out. My filters were changed. The tanks are beautifully clean. And now all that's left to replace of all the equipment I damaged by not maintaining it properly is the pump. So I have requested that they put that pump in when they come back. And I don't know when that's going to be. And until then, I use as little water as possible. I did wash my hair this morning. But what I don't do, what I try to do is not run, I don't ever leave it on while I'm doing anything. So I have to be careful about how much I use at what point. So I'm doing that. That's going to be maintained and fixed. Now, the other projects I have to do, I have sewing to do. The weather has changed again. I haven't been over here in the studio doing anything in over a week. The temperatures dropped so low, we're just staying in the tiny, which is good and comfortable right now. And as long as it doesn't get too hot. At some point, I have, what is it called? A solar generator. And it cannot stand, it will not be able to stay in there once the temperatures get over 100 degrees. Probably before that, but consistently. And in the summertime, I know it gets hot over there and it takes hours and hours to cool off. So I'm not going to risk my and I don't need to. I don't need to risk it. I can bring it over here and use it for something. I can use it to run my sewing machine. My swamp cooler is doing amazing. I haven't needed it. And the thing with it, there's a pan of water. And the only time the pump needs to run is when the float goes down and it needs a little more water. And generally it won't hold, it may hold, the whole pan may hold 2 gallons of water, so it's not going to make it run a lot. And, you know, we'll die if we don't have some kind of cooling system going on. Maybe we won't die. We probably wouldn't die. We'd just be really uncomfortable. It would kill the electronics, and that's part of why I try to keep things cooled off, because your electronics, it'll just kill them. Now, for the reason I'm making this part of the video is an introduction. The wind. I don't need a swamp cooler, I've got wind. Oh, look. The spline has come out of my screen, and it's too bright, but the screen's just flapping in the wind. There's always something. Keeps you busy. Okay. In this part of the video, the next part of the video, I'm not the one busy. It's my grandbabies. And Molly sent me all the footage. And as a mother of little entrepreneur, crafting children, which I had 3, she's got 4, I know what it takes for the mama to get it all together and make sure everything's all coordinated and ready to go. And I am so happy that she has passed this part of educating her children down from what she learned herself. And she's doing, oh, Molly, happy Mother's Day, baby, because you have surpassed. You've surpassed your mama. You're rocking the world. And I expect that in the future, my grandbabies will too. I'm so proud of them. And I wanted to share that with y'all. So I hope you will enjoy this and the musical selection that goes with it. I love y'all. See you Wednesday.
May the road rise to meet you and the sun kiss your face. May there always be a miracle waiting just to bless your day. Life won't always hand you roses. Don't let it get you down. Keep your eyes on what your goal is and your feet on solid ground. Take this with you where you go. You are love, 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 loved. You are loved, yeah, you are. You are love, 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 loved. You are loved, yeah, you are. Might you walk courageously through the valley of your doubt. Might you always strive to just keep believing in yourself. When the trouble comes, and it will, hold your head up high, shine a light as bright as you can till your trouble passes by. And always know you are love, 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 loved. You are loved, yeah, you are. You are love, 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 loved. You are loved, yeah, you are. Life won't always be hard, but when it is, don't forget who you are and the fact that you are loved, loved. Your